Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry. Things keep improving for us here at the Monastery of Mayhem and with the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. We want to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos at 1123 Jackson Street in the Old Market here in Omaha. They are our newest sponsor, and we would like everybody to stop on down and say hi to Smitty and Lenny and the rest of the artists down there. Get a price on a tattoo, and next time you decide to have work done, be sure and visit Smitty and see what he can do for you. Now back to the show. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, bringing you another edition of the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. Our guest and co-host, or co-host, or filling-in host, is Deadra The Groupie Corpse. And if you watched last week, we had a pretty in-depth interview with Deadra, and welcome back, by the way.
Thanks.
We talked about some of your upcoming projects and, your thoughts on the scene here in Omaha. And we definitely look forward to hearing more for you. And coming up in future episodes, you will see Dedra's, what we call Dedra's hit list, is going to be a review of some of the local bands. She's going to talk to you all about her experiences with them, their music.
Well, some of the experiences.
Yeah, it's like just the ones that we can talk about on public access TV.
That's right.
Yes, and the names will be changed to protect the guilty. Yes, it's like Brother Jack is more than familiar with that. But anyway, that's a whole other story, and I really don't want to get into that whole sordid mess. But
okay.
Anyway, tonight's movie, Deadra, is the 1959 classic, The Killer Shrews. Yes, it's like, oh my God, you're gonna make me watch it.
The horror, the terror.
The horror. No, there are no horrors in this movie, unfortunately. Darn. That would have upped it considerably on Brother Jack's scale, but they just don't make good horror movies with actual horrors in them. I don't know why. It's a mystery. It's a head scratcher, but
they're X-rated if they do. So
well,
yeah, no.
Just like it's like everybody delivering pizza.
Yeah.
It's like
wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah, it's like how many people have delivered pizza and actually had any of that happen? Said no one ever.
I mean, have you seen the guys that deliver pizza? Not saying anything bad, but.
Well, it's like Ron Jeremy, they ain't,
Yeah.
And these days, Ron Jeremy's having problems being Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, he ain't. No, trust me.
Well, yeah, it's like the years have not been kind to Ron, but, God love the hedgehog. You got to give him his props. He's the hardest working man in show business as far as I'm concerned. And he still has quite a few projects going. And I know he's active on Twitter and Facebook, and you can Google him and find out what he's doing now. We're not going to give Ron too much pub because, frankly, he didn't pay for it. Yeah, it's like, come on, it's like we'll take free pub only so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's like.
So more about these the Killer Shrews.
Yes, more about the Killer Shrews, and I'm just going to read from my notes here because, frankly, I didn't memorize any of this stuff. Basically, to give you a little about the plot of the film, a group of people stranded on an isolated island off the coast of Texas.
Because there's so many islands off the coast of Texas.
Yeah, and it's like
no one knows about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and they're being terrorized by giant, voracious shrews. And if you don't know what a shrew is, not my sister-in-law, okay? All right, that is
sort of like a mole.
A shrew is a little rodent, about yay long, and it looks kind of like a gopher.
And they have a real pointy nose.
Yes, they have a real pointy nose, and
weird little eyes.
Yeah, it's in the mouse family, and no, it does not have red hair, and it does not wear a lab coat.
That would be in the rat.
The rat family, yes.
Anyway, they sound terrifying.
Well, yes.
Go on.
Especially if one of them runs up your pant leg, you're going to be real scared at that point. is actually...
Or make a pet out of it.
There you go. This is a genetically altered variety that have grown to like 10 times their normal size. So they're about the size of a Great Dane, more or less. And if you, as you watch the movie, to give you a little trivia, there are certain scenes where you'll see these giant...
Oh. Uh-oh.
Cut. You want to go answer...
I should have shoved my phone.
Wait a minute. What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. It's like... I think Jimi Hendrix just exploded somewhere. Anyway, we'll go on with it. And there are several scenes in the movie where you will see these giant shrews running around. They are actually Great Danes made up to look like the shrews with fur coats and tusks put in.
So they spared no expense.
Yes, they spared no expense. And in some shots you'll see them, they're actually hand puppets, you know, so that's a whole...
Sounds great.
Sounds creepy in and of itself, you know. It's like, Daddy, break out the shrew hand puppet. You know, it's like, well, there's another image burned into Brother Jack's cortex that he can't get rid of. You know, thank you, therapy.
Yeah.
Anyway, the film stars James Best, who you would know as Roscoe P. Coltrane from the Dukes of Hazzard
that
TV
just blows
series.
Me away.
Yeah, and actually he was a contract player for Universal's in the mid 40s through the late 60s into the early 70s, and the only thing that stopped him from actually getting leading man status was the fact he had a heavy Southern or Appalachian accent. He had a heavy rural accent is what they call it.
Okay, say hillbilly. Just say it.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's like, hey, I'm being politically correct here, you know. It's like, for all I know,
I'm a groupie. We don't know that word.
Well, I've been to Grand Island, and, you know, why don't they just put hillbilly capital of the world on that? Yeah. On that sign, you know. Entering hillbilly country. You know, and here's a good joke for you. What do you call a family reunion in Grand Island?
I don't know.
A full set of teeth.
Oh my God, that really was bad.
Yes, and Brother Jack actually wrote a song about Grand Island in the Hastings area. We call it the Ballad of Hastings, and it goes a little something like this.
Isn't it?
Oh, give me a home where the rednecks all roam, and the inbreds and hillbillies play, where seldom is seen a full set of teeth, and you can bang on your cousin all day.
Hee-haw!
Yeah, it's like, cue the boys from Hee-haw.
Wow.
I had to throw that out there. It was an unfired shot. You know, so, but if anybody's thinking of coming up from Grand Island or Hastings and kicking my ass, bring friends.
You can't kill a dead guy, just saying.
Well, bring friends, a lot of them. But anyway, we're going to get back to the Killer Shrews here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. From myself, Brother Jack Angry, and Deadra The Groupie Corpse. Enjoy. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Deadra The Groupie Corpse. Welcome back. What do you think of the Killer Shrews so far? I mean, them dog-looking things running around and eating people and...
Frankly, I don't know whether to be scared or frightened. I mean, you know, either way, it's kind of like, wow.
Well, yeah, it's frightening as in, holy shit, they actually wasted film and time on this piece of shit.
The poor dogs. You know, I'm sure they weren't harmed in the filming of it, but still, it's like yeah, the special effects are just, you know, amazing.
Well, yeah, and I can see these Great Danes all sitting around thinking, oh my God, the other fucking dogs are going to laugh at me. Look at me, I'm dressed up like a weirdo. I look like a pony, for God's sakes. It's like, where's my agent?
Yeah.
You know, I can just see a group of...
But I love it.
Yes.
I do.
It's one of those movies you can't help but love.
You love to hate and hate to love.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. To give you a little bit of trivia about this, this feature, even though it is low budget, and it was produced on a very, very small budget, it's still regarded as one of the most successful regional films that's ever been produced. Unlike other regional films, this one, The Killer Shrews, received national distribution. It even had some foreign distribution sales paired with the film The Giant Gila Monster, which will be running at some point here in the coming weeks. You know, and You want to talk about a stinker? That one stinks on ice. But hey, it's all good films here. Actually, I said Great Danes were used to do the shrews, and I was incorrect about that. It's actually coon dogs, coonhounds, were actually used to play the killer shrews.
Well, coon dogs, island in Texas. I guess it just kind of goes
it's like,
hand in
well,
hand.
I mean, when I hear the word coon, a totally different image comes to my mind. But, you know, Brother Jack is not politically correct, never has been, never made any claims to be. So, you other guys, thank you. Anyway, you will see, again, as I stated, the scenes where they show close-ups of the giant shrews, they're actually hand puppets.
Can I buy one on eBay?
Well, you know, you probably could.
I want one for my own personal pleasure, so I'm just going to put it on.
Well, there you go. It's like, you know what, lamb chop just doesn't do it for you, huh?
No.
It's like, I mean, I could almost see them getting a little conscious with the budget, and lamb chop is popping up in there somewhere.
Dyed the fur brown or something. You know,
exactly,
like yeah.
Exactly. But some of the goofs there that they had, there is a scene where James's best first mate, Rook, is actually rowing ashore. You'll see him rowing, and the sound effects in the background will be, you'll hear the wind and the waves crashing like the hurricane is right behind him. But yet the water he's rowing his boat on is totally calm. It's like, you know...
Wow, I love those kind of
it's like...
things.
What, do they think we're all retarded? Or did we all go full retard?
Well,
I don't
we
think
are
so.
Watching Killer Shrews, so...
Yes, there we go. It's like, you're going to lose a few IQ points on this one, people.
Thank God us zombies don't have brains anyway.
That's right. You know, and Brother Jack's brain has, you know, been slapped out of his head a long time ago. The narration of this film, it shows a prologue that ends with first in Alaska and then moving steadily southward. There are reports of a new species of giant killer shrews in the film itself. The giant shrews were created and limited to an island off the coast of Texas. So this report was completely wrong because they never made it off the island. You know?
So, yeah, how the heck did they make it all the way up to Alaska?
Well, that's it, because at the end of it,
it's a little ways in between.
Well, and this is, I'm going to throw a spoiler here. Watch the end of the film.
Spoiler alert.
At this point, you know, who cares? Watch the end of the film. The scientists will say for a fact that as soon as all the people on the island are eaten, the shrews will turn on each other and begin eating each other until there's only one left, who will eventually starve to death because their appetites are so voracious. So that previous statement about them making it to Alaska, you know, is completely erroneous. There's no way they would make it off the island. So again, this is what happens when you let your writers have 3 martini lunches and expect to get anything done. Anyway.
Obviously was alcohol involved.
Yes, well, this was 1959, you know, the era of the 3 martini lunch. You could smoke at work. Hell, you could smoke at your desk. I don't know about you, but I miss those days. You know, now everybody's so politically correct, and you can't smoke in here. Oh, you're violating my rights with secondhand smoke. Jesus Christ.
Well, what do we care? We're dead already.
Yeah, we're dead already, but it's like, grow a pair, people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you want a good political rant, we'll bring in Brother James and give him a few drinks and let him go off the rails. He's fun to watch, and he will. So we're going to get back to the movie, The Killer Shrews, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama.
We apologize in advance.
And for anybody that we've offended, you know, that's one of the services we provide, free of charge. And if we haven't offended you, don't worry, be patient. We're only 2 people and we're working as fast as we can. We'll get to you as soon as possible.
Stick around.
Enjoy. Well, greetings, faithful. Were you asleep?
No.
Yeah, that's right. That's why that explains the drool, you know. Yeah.
No, I was drooling over you, Brother Jack.
Yeah. Brother Jack was born at night, but he wasn't born last night.
No,
so.
that movie's so stimulating. It okay.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
like you fell asleep. Well, okay, we'll forget.
I was having nightmares about shrews.
Well, it's like I have nightmares about shrews too, but only they're my sister-in-law. You know, it's like anyway, but that we're not going in there. That's a subject for therapy, and you know, I'm supposed to get that by the end of the month. You know, not going to happen.
No, it's a totally thrilling movie.
Well, yes, it is. I mean, James Best actually does fairly well as Captain Thorne Smith, the boat captain, who tries to keep these people alive on this island as they're picked off one by one by these killer shrews. And by the way, to be bitten by one of these shrews, because they are mutated, their bites are extremely poisonous. So basically you get one bite and about 5 seconds later, you drop dead.
Wow, that's quick and painless.
Yeah,
it probably hurts a lot.
No, it's from what we understand, it's quite painful, but you'll see that in the, you may have seen that in the movie already. But anyway, this film, you know, what can you say about this film? But other than, you know, it's bad.
What can you say?
It's crappy, and I'm sure James Best probably doesn't rank this as one of his best films, but it is one of the ones that he's most remembered for. So, you know, let's face it, after me, Deadra, the crew, we're all dust in the ground or dust in a box or a jar somewhere, you know. They'll still be looking at this film, knowing who James Best was, and hopefully they'll be looking at us, trying to think, what the fuck were these assholes thinking of? Anyway, so, you know, it's really the only type of immortality you can receive, you know, unless you're like one of the guys on Doctor Who, and then they're going to know who you are for forever, you know, British Fest. But anyway, Brother Jack is happy to bring you these films along with our great guests like Deadra here. You know, the films, they're not the best, but we like to think that they are part of the history of the horror host. And let's face it.
Who are you calling a whore?
You mean that's horror? Horror. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's that whole Eastern thing. Sorry. Horror host, and there's a long history of that. And there's a lot of really great horror hosts out there, such as our friend in D.C., Count Gore Duvall, our friends down in Polk County, Master Vile and the House of Vile, our friends Penny Dreadful and Guru from Salem, Massachusetts, Uncle Fright in Fall River, Janet Decay in Cleveland, Ohio, the Bone Jangler, Halloween Jack and Halloween Jacqueline out of New York and New Jersey, Elvira, we all know who she is. Yes, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. We would love to have her on the show.
God.
It's like, of course, Brother Jack wouldn't get much done because he'd be too busy doing this, you know.
Yeah, if he stares at these little ones, can you imagine what he'd do with Elvira around?
Yeah, it's
he'd
like
freak.
Yeah, it's like Brother Jack's head would explode and our ratings would go through the freaking roof, let me tell you. A lot of really great horror hosts. And we did mention on our show last week that one of our horror host friends, Magoo Gallagher, a.k.a. Guru of Shilling Shockers, Penny Dreadful, and Guru, he is a cancer patient who is undergoing treatment, and because of this, it's left him unable to work, and it has left some rather mounting medical expenses. There is a campaign on GoFundMe.com. You can find it by simply Googling GoFundMe and then Magoo's, M-A-G-O-O''S, medical expenses. That will take you right to it.
Yeah, I saw that on there.
Please be generous. Give what you can. If you can't give anything monetarily, then spread it around to your friends and your family and your Facebook contacts, your Twitter groups. Let's get the word out and get a good friend the help he needs. Hang in there, Magoo. We're all pulling for you here. Stay strong, buddy. And that goes for Danielle, a.k.a. Penny Dreadful. You know, we know you guys are going to get through this. You're tough, and Magoo can overcome this with the support of his friends and family. So next week, we're going to be bringing you more great movies here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. We'll be bringing you more great guests. Again, look for us on the 1st of February at the Sokol Auditorium here in Omaha for the 36th Annual Groundhog Prom. And Deidre, we definitely want you to be there with us, and we hope you can make it.
I'll be there with bells on, or some other kind of sexy contraption.
There you go. It's like, you know, and we know exactly where we want her to put the bells, you know. But anyway, my friends, enjoy, watch Horror Host, y'all, and let's keep America on top. Good night. I'm Brother Jack Angry, and unpleasant dreams.
Rock till you drop.
Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna.
Hi.
And Sin. And we just wanted to take a moment to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, they're located at 1123 Jackson Street, which is on the backside of the Old Market here in downtown Omaha. We hope you'll stop by and see Smitty, the owner, and Lenny and Jason, two of his best artists. And they will be happy to answer all of your questions and deal with whatever your tattoo needs are, whether you're just pricing a tattoo, you have a design, or you need a design. Lenny and his artists will be happy to draw that out and set it up to your satisfaction. And all of their work is backed by Smitty and his artists, so you'll never go away dissatisfied from Big Brain. So be sure and check him out and tell him the Angry Brothers sent you. And if you'd like to check his webpage out, it's www.bigbrainomaha.com.